Okay. So I want to think a little about reality, the vibrational nature of reality. So science has gone in really deep and really tiny to particles that don't really seem to have any substance. They just vibrate. And at the smallest level, they can't find substance. They can only find vibration. And so in a very real sense, reality is vibrational. And how do we come to this reality that we're experiencing is a process of translating vibrations. We have our senses, our eyes, ears, nose, taste, touch, and with our senses, we translate the vibrations into something we can taste, see, hear, and smell. That's the function of our physical body. So we're always translating vibrations. Reality exists in a vibrational form. This has been known for a long time through different conceptions of it as an ideal reality, as people might think of it as, heaven, or I think Plato thought of it as ideal. One vision of it. I've always been intrigued by, fascinated, and compelled to experience reality. There's been a sense of living in a two-dimensional, that it's possible to have a somewhat two-dimensional existence where everything is at a bit of a distance and feels somewhat flat. And I question within myself, well, what does it mean to be real? How do things feel more real? And when I ponder and reflect and feel, I know that when things are, there's a sensation when things are real of I don't know, it's like satisfaction or fullness, where my senses are fully engaged and things are more beautiful. Bird sound is more melodic. Colors are brighter. The sun feels warmer. Everything is enhanced, and I'm aware that in that mood, I'm translating the vibrations in a way that feel more solid and more substantial. So this idea of translating vibrational reality into a reality, a physical reality, this is something that people are engaged with continually. When you have groups of people that get together and want to create something, it's because they have a vision. Now, the imagination is also a cognitive, a mental tool for perceiving vibrations. It's a kind of an intermediate stage from vibration, imagination. There's others, but into reality. And people have visions. People might have a vision of a peaceful community, of Earth, where people live in harmony, where nature is tended to, people are tended to, relationships are tended to in a loving way, and respectful, and diversity, and this vision can be shared and talked about. And every time it's talked about, it becomes a little more real, or a little more detail is added, and there are songs written, and stories written, and pictures painted, and things develop out of this vision. It's not just thin air. When things become real, it's because there's been vibration somewhere in the background of containing this reality, containing this vision. Now, how to really get things rolling and see, the manifestation, to see things becoming real. Do you want to know? Is to start looking for what you want, to start noticing where it's already happened. I was watching an online church service. I'd never been to this, never watched this before, this particular church service. It was very interesting. It's called the Community of Christ. And I've listened to lectures, but never one of their services. And I listened to it because I was very interested, because they have a vision, such as I've described. And at one point they said, looking for where the Spirit of God is working. Now that's Christian language. It's very powerful language. It's been in our tradition for thousands of years, several thousand years. Look for where the Spirit of God is working. That was their translation of that vibration, their heaven on earth that they're looking for. So when we look for what we want, where could we already see, if we're wanting, fun and good feelings with people, and music, or just things that uplift us, well, we could see, where is that happening? Do we know people who like to play music? Do we know people who have a good time together? Is there a particular gathering, a particular group? Is there, some place? And then pay attention to that, and get involved with that, and notice it. That's just, one example, but it's the same would apply to, gardening or the environment. Where are people who are, really loving gardening and wanting us to join in with their gardening, or who love animals? Or where do we see it? Where do we see this already happening? That's how, we focus on it, and then we're bringing more of that vibration into our daily life. So we can get started at any time, and I invite you to that experience as well. Thank you.
Hey. Oh, that was good. That was very